Hello, everyone. We're here again with another lesson of Patois, and we're actually at lesson number 9. And I want to wish you guys a happy day. I want to say good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night wherever you are. I just want to say hello. So we will just go straight into the lesson, and I hope you guys had a wonderful week. I was out last week, and so I hope you guys had a wonderful 2 weeks. I was gone for about 2 weeks, so I'm back and I'm ready. And this is lesson number 9, and we will begin. So we will start again with history of Patois. And I like to do my introduction and try to bring to you a couple of things that I have learned during the process of getting you information on the Patois lessons. And we will today discuss the Bible. And this is not a usual topic or to discuss in Patois, but I found something that I would like to share with you. So, the Bible was reportedly translated to Jamaican Patois in December 2011. The New Testament, written in Patois, was released in Britain in October of 2012, and it's the Jamaican New Testament. The print and audio versions were released in Jamaica in December of 2012. The spellings that were used in the writing of the New Testament is described as the Cassidy writing system. It is also said that most Jamaican uses the informal system known as Miss Lou. And if you can remember, in previous lessons, I introduced you to Miss Lou, who is a very popular folklorist in Jamaica and around the world. And she is a poet, and she has been writing her poems in Patois. And one of the poems that we actually came across and is actually studied now in my Patois lessons is No Little Twang. And we will continue with No Little Twang in our lesson during today's lessons. So the Cassidy writing system is an effort to standardize Patois in its written form. And this I got from Wikipedia. So now here is an extract from Matthew 2, written in Patois using the Cassidy writing system. So now this is the Cassidy writing system. It's Matthew 2, and I will read it for you. The usual way we write Patois, this is completely different. It's a little bit difficult to read, but I'll definitely read it so you'll hear and see how the Cassidy writing system spell the Patois words that we use in Jamaica. So this is Matthew 2, the wise man them. Jesus did born in a Bethlehem, one town in a Judea. Them time there, a Herod did a king in a Judea. Now in a them time there, some wise man from the east said, did come a Jerusalem and ask, where the pitney there were born in the other day, where fi come turn king for the Jew people them. We see him star in the east, We show up, we sure say him born, and we come for show him enough respect. Now, when King Herod hear this year, this bada him head, and it bother all heap of people in a Jerusalem too. Herod called everybody together in a meeting. All of the all of the head priests and the man them, which teach Moses' law. And him asked them a which part of the Christ the king with God promised for born. Them answer say in a Bethlehem, cause at that the prophet did write down. So, as I said to you before, it's a little bit difficult to read because this is not the way most Jamaican write patois. As it was mentioned in the previous slide, we use the Miss Lou version, which is easier for most of us to read because that's what we're accustomed to. So I'll move on to the next slide. And the next slide, I will just read briefly what the previous slide, which was written in the Cassidy writing system version, what it was really saying. And this is in standard English, and this is Matthew 2. Wise men from the east. Now, when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and we are come to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judah, for thus is written by the prophet. So that's what the previous slide, which again is written in the Cassidy writing system, was actually saying to you. And we move on to the next slide. And the next slide is a continuation of my last lesson, my lesson number 8, where I asked some questions and I had told you that I will answer them in my next lesson. So this is it. And this is Warm It Up. And this comes to you every week where we introduce to you new patois words, phrases, proverbs, whatever at the time I want to introduce to you. So first we go with what your name? My name Mitzie. Where you come from? I come from Jamaica. Where you go? Me I go a walk. How you do? Me good. You a walk? Yeah, me a walk a one factory in a Kingston. A what is? Me no know. A who that? I'm a like a friend. Where the picnic them there? Them gone up at them granny. How much picnic you have? Me have 3 picnic. Where you go to school? I go to Mary Hill Primary and Mary Hill High. A who for funeral? My great grandma. Where the bus stop? Where the bus park there? Or where the bus park? Or where the bus them park? Them park up at Young Street. Or it upon Young Street. Which part your granny live? My granny live in America. Or which parish you come from? I come from St. Anne. Okay, so that's basically it. And if you have any patois phrases, you can also let me know about them, or if you want to add anything to my warm up, it's also okay for you to do that, and you're welcome. to do that also. And we'll get into the slide, Name It Up. And this is where I introduced you to our folklorist, the Honorable Louise Bennett Coverley, and she writes many poems. And we started going through this poem, No Little Twang. So I'll read it to you, and then in the next slide, I will give you the standard English, or I will try to give you the standard English to these verses. Okay, so we have the last 4 verses of the Miss Lul No Little Twang that we started to dissect and translate in our previous, I think we started two lessons ago. So this is the final verses of the No Little Twang from Miss Lou. Suppose me last me pass to introduce you to a stranger, as me lamented son will lately come back from America. Them woulda laugh after me, boy. Me couldn't tell them so. Them woulda say me a lie. You was a spend time back in a mucko. The back answer me, boy. You talk too bad. Shut up your mouth. I don't know how you and your papa go and make it out. If you want please him, make him think you bring back something new. You always call him Pa. This evening, when him come home, call him Pooh. That's the end of that. So we will go into the translation to standard English. And again, this poem is about a young man who returned to Jamaica after spending 6 months in America. So now we'll try to translate in English from Patois, the version, the poem, No Little Twang, the last 4 verses. Suppose that I tried to introduce you to a stranger as my lamented son who came back from America. And I'm not sure why she used the word lamented there, but I just keep it back in the poem. They would laugh at me. I could not tell them that. They would say I'm lying and that you were spending time in Moko. And Moko is a deep rural area in Jamaica. And a lot of people try to use this term Moko to embarrass people, to say they come from the bushes, and, Moko is a place that a lot of popular people come from. It's in the parish of Saint of Clarendon, but I mean, it's a saying there, and I guess that's the reason why she wrote it in this poem. Um, don't argue with me, boy. You talk too bad. Meaning, when she says that he talks too bad, and there's no way I could have translated it here, but when she says you talk too bad, it's the meaning that his grammar, it means that his grammar is bad. He said, don't argue with me, boy, you talk too bad. That means his grammar is bad. Stop talking. I do not know how you and your father will make it out. And it means that his dad will not be happy with him still speaking broken English. If you want to please him and let him think you brought back something new, you always call him Pa. When he comes home, call him Pooh. So she's trying to tell him how to talk so he might sound a little bit better, because he's not sounding good. And, as the term is, a lot of times in Jamaica, they think that broken English is bad language, and that you shouldn't speak like that. So this is basically what Miss Lou is trying to tell her son, that he needs to speak much better, and that when his dad comes home, instead of saying Pa, he should actually call his dad Pooh so that it sounds really nice. And that's basically what this poem is all about, No Little Twang by Louise Bennett. And we'll move on to the next slide. And the next slide is Spit It Out. And this is where, whether you're here or you're going to join this lesson later, have the opportunity to say what you want to say in the comment section below. And we'll move on. And I'll ask you, did you learn anything new? And if so, let me know in the comment section. Also, are you able to make a full sentence in Patois? And if so, you can also do that down below in the comment section. And did you enjoy the Miss Lou poem, No Little Twang? I love it. That's a beautiful poem by Miss Lou. And did you know the New Testament was translated to Jamaican Patois? And you can also comment that in the section below. Also, this is the end. We've come to the end of another lesson. I'm learning a lot. I'm not sure about you, but if you do, let me know also. And I just want to say thank you to the Amma Manson Network, and special thanks to Acusia. And I want to say thank you, the viewers, and join me again when I move on to lesson number 10. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.